Alright, I know what you're thinking. Move, what the hell are you doing on an Excalibur? This is a starter frame. This is the frame everyone just picks to just play the game at M or 0. Why are you on this? Well, if we check, hotfix 42.0.9, Belly of the Beast, happened this Monday. A lot of people didn't see this. I saw it immediately, but I had to prioritize some other videos. But right here, fixed Excalibur's chromatic blade augment not applying to Exalted Blade's heavy attacks. Oh, this was always supposed to happen, and we just only fixed it like 2 years later. Well, isn't that interesting right now, huh? Well, I have a pretty good idea on what I'm doing with that. Discipline's Merit is back on the menu, boys. So, yeah. Evade, Gas Electric, Influence, Crepuscular, whatever this thing. Arcane Strike, because we don't want it to mode for attack speed. We don't need that shit. And, yeah, let's see what it does, shall we? I believe I already know what I'm gonna see, but you know, just in case. Oh, another Prime is still here from yesterday. Oh, that's interesting. We have a backup plan in case we run out of energy. I don't think I need to say much about this. I think I'll let the footage speak on its own. Some people have been going crazy with this, I already know. But a lot of people may have not noticed this yet, so whatever. If we are close to the enemy as well, because in case you don't know, the chromatic blade, or you know, exalted blade in general, has damage fall off the longer the bullet travels. Then it gets even crazier. And a lot of people have done Wrathful Advance with this to hit damage caps and everything, but I think being permanently invisible is just 1,000 times better. I don't know. You let me know. You can easily hit damage cap with this though, yes. If you are unironically like trying to play for damage and just showcase damage cap, you can simply put Wrathful on this and just damage cap, but I don't think that's viable to do on Excalibur, because Excalibur is still a very squishy frame, so going for something like this, and abusing gas plus evade, plus melee influence, and getting insanely high KPMs, you know, 1,000 times better, way more chill too. You don't lose a lot of damage, you might not even lose any damage at the end of it, all because, you know, your heavy attack will still hit for a lot, especially when it's stacked up. Right now it's not stacked up, so we're still seeing some really average damages, which of course for base Steel Path are way more than enough. But once we stack, because this guy's low-key die way too quickly, but once we stack, we'll see the true power of this and what it can do. So right here on 9x we start seeing oranges with the heavy attack. But yeah, what a hotfix, honestly. Chromatic Blade able to work on heavy attacks. Pretty big for this guy, not gonna lie. Pretty big for this guy. I don't know why we didn't pay attention to this. Well, many people did. A lot of people enjoy Excalibur and they're like, oh my god, starter frame, free money. But yeah. Some really good change on this guy, and he's like, he was already pretty decent, especially with this build, but right now, the main damage issues that he used to have, because Chromatic Blade would not work on his heavy attacks, and his heavy attacks would simply apply a slash poke. Now that they actually work, well, that fixes a big portion of the damage that I was missing. As showcased. Holy shit. The projectile is also way wider when you heavy attack it, and it does go through walls, so that is pretty nice. You know, that's pretty cool, honestly. So yeah, pretty sloppy, especially with this build, but honestly, I don't really care. This is probably the best Exalted Blade setup you can do now. to be safe and deal a lot of damage, because dealing damage is not everything in this game. And you clearly saw that from the Void Cascade video. Like on the Void Cascade video for Wisp, I was dying a lot simply because I was not really tanking my build. I used to do that build mainly for like base heal path ADA ATA, so I never really had any issues with adaptation. I could never really die. But the moment I reach those high levels where adaptation is not allowed to proc anymore, because I'm getting dealt too much damage per bullet, then I cannot rely on it, and I just simply die over and over again when I'm not careful, or I don't have energy. So let that be a lesson for you all, that survivability should be a priority. Well, this is interesting. It's a very interesting build for sure. So yeah, don't really worry too much about damage, especially with this. The damage you deal is pretty insane, and if you feel like you're not dealing enough damage, simply go closer to the enemy and you will do enough damage, because that's kind of how it works with this thing. The closer you are, the more damage you deal with this ability. But yeah, we're gonna see on the Acolyte if my damage is doo-doo or actually enough. I can press 2 on them as well to increase the damage, because yeah. Well, seems fine to me. Evade or not, I can simply press it again. Oh, bolts. I don't know, I wish I could showcase this on a level cap directly and show what it does, but I don't really have that a way to do that without breaking TOS at least. So yeah, you will just have to believe me when I tell you that this is good enough. So let's see if we will actually die when I'm not. Oh yep, we almost did. Hunt saved me. So oh, that's an interesting thing that I found. Hello. What? Okay. Are you my influence zone right here? I hate you and you just kill everyone around you? Low key. I don't know, those synthesis targets were always like the tankiest things ever. I love it. Shut up, Samaris. My god. Yeah. You could easily just add roar to this if you have someone to protect you, like a Dante or something like that in your squad. But if you're running solo, I would much rather you actually go for the route of evade, use Arcane Crepuscular, and just go to town like that. And you know, maybe you could see for some extra damage with Gladiator modes on the Excalibur build. So you could add Gladiator modes on Excalibur himself to reach more red crits, and that could also help. But I feel like this is enough damage for most of the things you would ever do, so I wouldn't want to go more than this. And just simply abuse Evade and Crepuscular to just do as much as possible. So yeah, that's the idea. As I said, I think this is improvable. We have these, so you could abuse these, but I don't really want to reform my Excalibur and add less Umbra modes on him. And here, I am missing Whipping Wounds, which could probably increase the damage a lot if I replace something like Shocking Touch, but then I proc Influence way less, because gas is way more and Influence is way less. But, you know, it's truly up to you what you do. Maybe this is better instead of Gladiator Might. I'm not really sure. I'm not an Excalibur player. I don't know. You could simply go ahead and test it, but this build was good enough for me to showcase it. And I'm not really showcasing here an Excalibur build, but more of the interaction, how good it has become. And then you can take my build, adapt to it, maybe take the idea of Evade Crepuscular, adapt to it, and then make something that is way better for yourself. As I said, I don't really play this guy, and I'm not really gonna play this guy right now either, because I don't really enjoy his gameplay as a Warframe. But for the people that do enjoy him, and people that made him even, this is a very welcome change, and a change that you're definitely going to like. Thank you very much for watching another video of mine, and I will see you on the next one.